Hi, I'm Andy Johnsen, the superintendent here in the Lakeside Union School District, with a brief message for our parents and for our staff as we come to the end of the third week of our school closures here. I know you've been getting regular updates from me as we've been getting more information. Staff, you've been getting updates through email, and parents, you've received the letters we've sent home. But I wanted to take a moment and just connect with you face to face, at least virtually here at the end of this third week, and as we're looking at 2 weeks of spring break coming up. And I wanted to do so just a little bit more informally and also talk to you kind of with two hats on. I wanted to address you as the superintendent of schools, but also as a parent myself who is living this closure from that perspective as well. And to our parents, I just want to say first, I recognize that this whole situation has been a real strain on you. I know that none of you, when you sent your kids to school or when you dropped them off back on March 13th, none of you was expecting to get them back that afternoon, possibly for the rest of the school year. I know it was very abrupt, and it's been tough. I've got 3 kids of my own, and I've been living this as well. So my daughter came home from college about a month ago for 1 week of spring break, and she got stuck, and she couldn't return to college, so she's doing all of her classes online. I've got a junior in high school right now who's trying to stay up with his work, but at the same time he's got all the questions about what are going to happen to my grades, and what about the SAT exam, and all those other things that happen in the spring. And then I've got a 6th grader at home who also, I think, more than anything else, just wants to get back into school and see his friends and have some level of normalcy again. My wife's working full-time from home right now. I've done a couple of days from home myself. I know it's very tough. It's a challenge to be all cooped up in the house and trying to get all your work done together. So thank you for your patience with that. I also want to acknowledge that many of you, you've got your kids at home, but you're also doing work yourself from home. But even more significantly, many of you are not able to work right now. And I know that's a significant financial stress on your families. And I want to let you know that here at the school district, we will continue to do everything we can to support your students and your families through this closure. We have continued to serve food and serve meals through the closure, and we will continue to do so through the spring break, with the exception of Friday, April 10th and Monday, April 13th. Those are district holidays, and we will be closed. But for any student who comes for a meal on Thursday, April 9th, we'll be providing an additional meal that hopefully will be a support for you through that long weekend. Then food service will resume on Tuesday, April 14th, and we will continue to serve meals through the closure as long as that may last. I want to thank our food service staff, who has done an amazing job of kind of transitioning their entire operation to this grab-and-go system that's worked, I think, very, very well. And want to let everybody know that our staff was also caught off guard by this whole thing. We literally went from one day to the next, doing school and running the district like we know how to do, to everybody at home, most of us at home anyway, and trying to still run the district in a distance kind of environment. But they've done an amazing job. Bills are still getting paid, our classrooms are all cleaned, and our Ed Services staff, along with our teachers and principals, have been working around the clock for the past few weeks, putting together a distance learning plan for our students that will start on April 20th. And I want to just say a couple things to parents about that plan. First of all, the goal here with our distance learning plan is not to try to recreate the entire school day. That would be impossible. I don't even think that would be advisable necessarily. So that is not our goal. The goal really is to keep the kids learning, keep them connected to their classmates and their teachers. Kids will have roughly about 2 hours of work to do each day, but also to try to be, the plan is designed to be doable for parents. None of you signed up to be teachers, and nobody's expecting you to take on the role of a full-time teacher through this closure. So just know that that is not the expectation. When we launch this plan, my one request for all of us is that we be patient with each other. It's a big enough endeavor to try to transition an entire school district, education for 5,000 students from a traditional classroom-based model like we know how to do to online. That'd be a big enough endeavor if you had a year or two to plan for it. We've only had a few weeks, so there will be some kinks to work out. Parents, I'll ask that you continue to communicate with your teachers, let them know what's working, let them know what other supports you need. But most of all, my message to parents is do what you can. There's already enough strain and stress out there that the last thing we here at the school district want is to add an additional layer of stress in your homes and have arguments happening about, did you get your work done, get off the internet, whatever else may come up through this. That is not our goal. So do what you can, do what's workable, and we'll take this a day at a time. And finally, I just want us all, as the adults, to remember kind of what's probably most on our students' minds right now. What's top of mind for our kids right now is, I know some of the kids will be excited to do a little bit of work again and be kind of plugged into some of the routines that they had in school. But for most of them, most of all, they miss their friends. They just want to get back into school, see their friends, play on the playground, do the things they normally do. I know students are experiencing a lot of disappointment about all the end of the year activities that they're going to be missing. The performances that they had been rehearsing and now won't get to perform. The field trips. For our 5th and our 8th graders, the promotion ceremonies that they now probably won't be able to experience in a traditional way. So let's be mindful of that, and I want to let you know that we're thinking about that as well. And if we're not able to come back at all this school year, our staff is already thinking about, are there ways that we can provide some kind of closure to our students, some way to celebrate them and allow them to celebrate the good work that they've done this year. So we're thinking about that as well, and we'll let you know if what we're able to come up with in that regard. But my commitment to you as a superintendent is to continue to stay in touch with the San Diego County Office of Education, with the California Department of Education, and with our local health officials. And as soon as we get the word that it is safe to open schools, we're going to get our kids back in school. Kids, we want to let you know that we miss you. We want to see you again. We all want to be back in school. We want to get there as quickly as we can. I'm still holding out hope. I'm still crossing my fingers that even if it's for a week at the end of the school year, we can bring kids back and provide some kind of closure. But you're watching the news and you're listening to the governor just like I am, and it's looking like that's probably not going to happen. But we will continue to monitor, and we'll give you more updates as they come. So with that, hang in there. Keep washing your hands, keep doing the things that we're being advised to do to stop the spread of this virus, and keep watching for your updates, and we'll continue to give you information as we get it. Thank you.